Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, everybody. We are live. Here we go. Okay, it's up. And I'm going to go ahead and give everybody a second to share this, start a watch party. Do what you can. Let's get this going. All right. How's everybody doing today? Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're going ahead and we're going to get this going. If you're here in the chat, go ahead and wave, say hi, say happy Thursday, hashtag live. I see Judy, Jackie. Hello. Hi, Mom. Then let's see. We've got a couple people. Awesome. Like I said, go ahead and get started. Tell me hello. If you're catching the replay, say hashtag replay. It's fun to see who's watching afterwards so we know what's kind of happening after we are done with all of this, because we know that's where a lot of us can get in with all the kids and all the craziness we have going on. Sometimes you got to go in and out or wait till then. So I've got Stephanie Eilers here with me from Sylvan Learning of West Michigan. I'm super excited. She is going to be talking to us today and giving us pointers about tips for distance learning. That's right, Stephanie, right? Yep. All right. Well, we're going to start like we always do every Thursday. We're going to start with positives. So, Stephanie, I'm going to let you go ahead. What is your positives for today or for the week? Go ahead.
Well, looking forward to a long weekend and nice weather.
Yes. Yeah. It was beautifully sunny out. I mean, I was cooped inside a lot of the day, but it is a beautiful day. I think my positive today was my daughter. We do positives actually during dinner, and everybody, my little one always says, I love you. I love Dad. I love everybody. And then the other one chimes in and she says, don't forget to love yourself. And I loved it. I was so excited to hear her say that. So that was my positive. If you've got positives today, go ahead and throw them in the chats. It's time to celebrate. Whether it's for the day or for the week, it's always good to think of at least something good that happened to you. Take a breath and just reflect on that and be excited that something good happened today. So we'll go ahead and get things going here. I'm actually going to put my stream in. And while I'm doing that, Stephanie, how about you do a little intro on you, who you are, a little bit about Sylvan Learning, and we'll get going.
Okay. My name is Stephanie. I'm an assistant director with Sylvan Learning Center. Our franchise in West Michigan has locations in Traverse City, Muskegon, Granville, Rockford, Grand Rapids, and Holland, Portage, and Kalamazoo. And so we are here to be your local education resource.
Awesome. And then you are a mother, right?
Yes. Yep. My son he will be 2 July 1st.
Aww. That's a fun age, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is. But once the quarantine started, we went into the temper tantrum phase. So that's been like full on for a few months now.
Aww. Oh, I see Kathleen had a positive today. She got to hug her folks and her grandbabies. Yes, that was fun. We got to see great grandparents today. We kind of like live in the same circle drive area. So the kids are escaping all the time to go run over and talk to grandma all the time. So we are definitely having fun with that. Okay. So I think we'll just go ahead and we'll just start jumping in. I'm sure people will jump on as we go through. If you have questions or you want to know about anything, go ahead and let me know. Put it in the chat and we'll get to it. And we'll just make sure that we're getting over everything. We got a lot of good, awesome tips today. I know I was kind of leaking some on Facebook and Instagram earlier in the week. And Stephanie's got a lot of great resources and some sites and stuff like that. We'll make sure to get all of it in. So if you have questions, buckle up. We're gonna go through and we'll make through it. Okay. All right. So Stephanie, I will go ahead and let you go to it.
Alrighty. So we've got some different tips on keeping kids engaged in school. Learning at home, it was kind of a surprise for parents to kind of be thrown into this on top of everything else that you normally do. So the first one is to set a schedule. So by setting a schedule, that gives student or your kids some structure, and it helps them to know what they will be doing at certain times of the day. With all of the unstructured free time, that just kind of allows them to get off track. And so by having that schedule in place, that just provides consistency and lets them know what's to be expected.
Yeah, I did. We're on like take 8 of our schedule. We started out by, this is what mom says is going to happen. And mom realized really quick that that was not realistic. And so we ended up, doing another one and another one. Then we integrated snack time into it. And, I wanted to make sure we had talked about this, and I shared a hack too, with a group. There's a local group through Health West that is actually talking about this specifically. And Alexa, we have Alexa in our house, and you can set up a routine with her, and she announces everything that we do through the day, so I don't have to remember, and it makes the schedule so much easier, because even with a schedule, I tend to forget like what I'm doing. And that was just like my ultimate mom hack was giving it to Alexa. And then it's not mom yelling at them, it's Alexa yelling at them, which has been a lot of fun.
Then they can't argue back with Alexa.
Exactly. You gotta listen to her.
Yeah. For working parents, it can be a little more challenging trying to schedule in the schoolwork during the workday. So a tip for that would be to schedule assignments that the students can work on independently while they're trying to work from home, and then doing the more challenging assignments in the evenings once they're finished with work and can help with that.
Yeah, like Freckle and Prodigy and that.
Yeah. And we know the school year is winding down, so it may be tempting to just like not set a schedule if you haven't already, but it's a really great idea to still establish that schedule now and maintain it through the summer, because we're going to talk more about summer learning coming up too.
Awesome. Okay.
Another suggestion would be to start the day with movement. We know that kids concentrate better after they've had physical activity. And so maybe start the day with a walk outside, or exercising, doing some yoga, or a dance party in your living room. Just whatever your kids like doing, get some physical movement in, and then kind of settle down and do some schoolwork, because that just helps kind of jumpstart their brain.
Yeah, I know Cosmic Yoga, a lot of schools use that. And she's free on YouTube and has tons of things. Like my kids love Cosmic Yoga. It's like the only thing I can get them to agree on rainy days.
Yeah, another fun one is Go Noodle. The kids really like Go Noodle too.
Okay, I've not heard of that one.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to put it in the chat. And if you have questions about this stuff too, or want links, go ahead and let us know. And we'll make sure to answer them and put in as many as we can while we're doing this too.
All right, so another suggestion would be to set goals. Having expectations and goals established will help your kids know what is expected of them. So if during their math time, letting them know exactly what you expect them to work on is going to just help kind of reduce the complaining and the fighting. And so that just helps alleviate stress for everyone.
Awesome. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
create a distraction-free atmosphere. And so trying to set up a place in the house where your child can work that's well lit, that, is free of distractions. It doesn't need to be completely silent, because in school, their classroom is not totally silent when they're working, but just, turning the TV off and not having video games and radio and things like that going. And having all of the materials that they need on hand and ready to use: paper, pencil, erasers, things like that. Because if they don't have that, that's a great excuse to get up and then find a distraction.
My kids are really good at that. Really good at that.
Definitely allow for taking some breaks during the day. So don't feel that you need to do all of their schoolwork in one long sitting. Taking a break is going to help their brain just refocus. If you sense that they're starting to get frustrated or disengaged, just take a 10 to 15-minute break, set a timer so that they know that the expectation is when the timer goes off, they go back to their schoolwork.
I think with mine too, we do snack time. We do a snack break every 2 hours, basically, because I forgot they're used to that at school. I used to have to send 2 snacks in with them, and then when they came home from school, they got a snack. And so that was something I didn't realize, and they were starving and asking me for food every 5 minutes. And I'm like, all right, Alexa, set up a snack schedule. And there you go.
Sure.
Yeah, the next one is to ensure proper nutrition. So ensuring those snacks throughout the day. It's easy to get on the work that you're doing and trying to keep your child on track, and then kind of forget about those snacks. And trying to stick with a consistent meal schedule so that their body knows when to expect that, like, energy and that brain power.
Yes, Kathleen said just like a recess schedule too.
Yeah.
Yes, that's awesome. Let them run it out.
Right.
That's funny. I'm sorry, Jackie said I set off her Siri, but it's not Siri. I do that a lot. I set mine off too, if it makes you feel better. I had to turn her off. She's like, "What do you want me to say for snack time?"
Another thing you could do is create a virtual study group or a work group with some of your child's classmates. So setting it up with other kids in their class to work on assignments together allows for collaboration, and that just helps students build problem solving and critical thinking skills when they can work together, and making sure that they are, like, helping and teaching each other versus just, like, telling them the answer, because that's not really helpful in learning. But having that group is going to be beneficial just for that socialization too. If you think that, they've kind of been stuck inside and not seeing their friends, so having a work group to look forward to will kind of help just have them something to look forward to.
Yeah, those parents that have, if you're like not familiar with Zoom, but you're good on Facebook, you can do the Facebook Kids Messenger, and so I can set up with adults and kids that my kids can talk to. And like my daughter has 2-3 friends that she talks to all the time, and they'll go over their day's assignments, and 2 of them are working on a project together, and they'll just video each other on Messenger and then do their work through that too. So that's a really user-friendly way of doing that.
Yeah, so we it's estimated that because of the changes to the school year, because of the pandemic this year, that students will lose a year of math skills and 7 months worth of language arts knowledge. And so it's really important that even though the school year is winding down, that we keep students engaged in learning throughout the summer, so that we can try to reduce that loss. We know that every summer students do lose 2.5 months worth, and this year it's even more because of the changes to the school year. So there are a few things that you can do to try to reduce how much they lose over the summer. So the first thing would be to take control. The schools are still not really sure what things are going to look like in the fall. and it's just too uncertain right now to know. But you can take control and just develop a plan for your child to keep them engaged in learning and try to keep them moving forward over the summer months. So now would be the time to seize the opportunity if your child was behind during the school year. Because during the school year, if a student is behind, it's much harder for them to catch up. They have to work twice as fast because the class is constantly moving forward. And so the students who are behind are just chasing after their class and trying to catch up a lot quicker. Now things have slowed down quite a bit more. And schools are focusing more on review versus new knowledge, or they're just not getting that new knowledge quite as quickly as they would with the face-to-face teaching. So if your child was behind during the school year, now is a really great time to catch him or her up because everybody else has slowed down significantly. So now it would be easier for them to catch up.
And that's like Jackie was asking earlier about what.
Sorry.
Oh, I would say, no, you're good. I was saying Jackie was saying as far as schooling for next year, what that'll look like. I think this touches on that, and that what you do in the summer is really going to help you pick up what a lot of people are losing. And there are people whose kids were behind, and now they're going to get an opportunity to catch those kids up. And I know some schools are really trying to make sure they hit on review a lot more at the beginning of the school year so that they can catch those kids up.
Yeah. Okay, so we know that if students aren't using the skills, then they lose those skills. So it's important to continue having them practice everything that they've learned throughout the school year. So one thing is definitely to read every single day. It's recommended 20 minutes a day for children to read, and then have them write a summary, or they could fill out a graphic organizer, which is on one of our free resources at the end. You can do more fun, engaging activities for kind of retelling what they read, such as doing like a trivia game based on what they read, or like a board game, and trying to engage the whole family, and it will help create more engagement and positivity, encouragement, and enjoying reading. And then there are some other free
Katie,
that we have to keep up on those skills too.
Okay, and Katie was asking about Freckle, and you have some resources too. We'll make sure to put links in. But I know Freckle and Prodigy and Epic are a lot of the schools are using those. So if you call up your school or your teacher or email them right now, a lot of them have free resources or logins that your kids can use. Oop, we still got you there, Steph?
Yeah, something was cutting out funny, but now I'm back. I didn't hear what you said, so if we have to that at the end, we can always do that.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. I think I was answering a question for Katie on her like different apps and resources and things that we can do. So we'll make sure that we can get those links in here too as well. Okay. And if you're part of our group, the Work Like a Mother, a lot of those resources are in there to be standing there too.
Alrighty. So now we have some free resources available for families. So on our website, sylvanation.com, there are lots of different activities. There are tips for parents. There is some instructions on there for a Sylvan app that we have. We have an augmented reality app for practicing math facts, and then there's one for fractions. Awesome. So definitely check that out. The content is updated and kind of changed out regularly. So revisit, often and check it out. And then trying trying to think of my other ones that I had on the slides that weren't working.
Oops, sorry. If anybody's wondering what's going on here, the slides went a little bit awry and we had to switch from Stephanie's computer to her phone. So I'm running the slides and she's talking. So we practiced it a little bit, but hopefully you're just hanging with us.
So our blog has more tips and articles for parents as well. I did see on there this afternoon there were some for transitions. If your student is transitioning from like middle school to high school or elementary school to middle school, there are some tips there on those transitions and lots of other resources on that blog. And then our Facebook page, if you like us on Facebook, there is information for our local Sylvan centers, different specials that we're running. There are like read alouds and activities. We've been posting kind of STEM activities and different things like that. So check that out as well, like it, so that your other mom friends can have access to those resources as well. And then if you are still looking for additional support, we are here to help. So we have certified teachers as our tutors, and we develop personalized learning plans for students based on each student's individual needs. So for right now, we are doing live and online tutoring. So we switched over to that. Once the schools were closed, we offered that to families. And then on June 1st, we will be reopening our centers and be in the center in person and also offering the live and online tutoring going forward too. So yeah, we're excited to see our students again in person and not through a computer screen. So for this month, we are running a special on our assessments. It's typically it's a $99 assessment, and it is for $25, and we are donating that assessment fee to local food pantries. And so you would be helping West Michigan families while also getting insight into your child's academic strengths and needs. And so since the students were not in school this spring, everyone missed out on the standardized tests. So this assessment provides the insight into where your child stands academically, and it will show you how COVID-19 has impacted your child's learning, and then what you can do and how we can help support over the summer. So with that assessment, you would get a very detailed report, and we would go over that and explain everything to you, and then it has specific skills that they could use additional support with. And so that is, it actually does math and reading and writing. So we cover all subject areas for just $25. So you can definitely take advantage of that.
That is awesome. And that actually is our giveaway that we're going to be doing. So everybody who's like, ooh, I really want that. So it's $199 value. They're doing the $25 review for that. But I've got one that we're doing for the live giveaway and one for the replay giveaway. So stick around if you want to know who's winning the live one. And it's an amazing deal. I mean, that's awesome to go through and you guys actually like check up where they're at and then what they need to work on.
Yeah, so it tells kind of where they're placing on the national average. It gives us a scaled score based on like their skill level and then the specific skills that they are proficient in and the specific skills that they could use some additional support with. And so it's a really, really great resource, especially with these changes to the end of the school year. And kind of that way you're not heading into next school year not knowing at all where your child stands. So it's an excellent resource to take advantage of.
So for all of us who want to know if we're failing at distance learning, this is a good way to find out.
We also have for the month of May a customer appreciation sale. And so if you are looking for some additional support over the summer and you're interested in using our certified teachers to provide that support, we have a sale going on through next Friday. And so that has really great discounts on our personalized learning plans. Trying to think of what else I had on there. I know I
All
have.
right, hold on. Let me keep going. Sorry.
Okay.
I have a lot of people that ask me about your classes and your camps. What do those entail? What do they do? Because, and then is there a way that we can recreate some of those at home?
So the classes, we have some camps. The camps are live and online, and those are starting June 1st. We have all subject areas. So we've got reading at all grade levels, math, and then writing essays, I think is for middle school and higher. We also have a coding camp for where kids can code and kind of create their own video game. And then we are hoping to do our STEM camp. So it's like a robotics where they build with Legos and then use programming to make the Legos move on their own. That will be in August in person. All the other camps are done live and online. So
Okay.
that's starting June 1st for the whole month of June. Each one is an hour long, and then the times vary throughout the day based on the grade. So those are discounted right. They're 70% off our regular tutoring rates, and so those are a great, great programs to get your kids in, just to help keep up on those skills over the summer and keep them engaged in learning.
All right. Does anybody have any questions so far about what's going on? I know we've been kind of going through it. I mean, I know, I think a lot of people, some people have been asking about like what to do if you have a child that has like special needs learning, or they're a little bit, you know, I know there's a lot of parents struggling out there, and I know you guys are more of a tutoring center than a school. I need to get a teacher on here. Hint, hint, teachers. But you know, about ways or different things that maybe could help them.
Yeah, I would say starting out with the assessment first is the great first step. And so that will help just give you some insight into their academic needs. And then from there, we can discuss resources and kind of create a plan to provide that support because each student is unique. And so once we do the assessment, then we meet with the families and talk to them about their child's specific individual needs.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm trying to see if anybody has questions. I know it's been a crazy day for a lot of people, and the sunshine is out. I know we're competing with the beautiful sunshine, and there's a couple events going on today too. So hopefully everybody can catch us back on the replay. And if you have questions, please let us know. If there's something I can't answer, I'll send it over to Stephanie, and you're going to be sharing this on your page too, correct?
Yes.
And then, so we'll kind of both be going back through and scanning and answering any questions. Like I said, my biggest hack is the Alexa app, hands down, an Alexa app, and then making sure that you have a schedule set in your day. And the other one was, if you can't, like, say a schedule is too hard or it's frustrating for you, because I get that. I have a friend that does a checklist instead. So she says you got to do whatever the teachers say. So it's like workbook, this amount of workbook, this amount of reading time, this amount of that. And then once they turn in their checklist to her, they get to have electronics time or TV time or whatever, you know, or they get to have their free time and can do what they want after that. And I put in some PDFs and some things like that on, I think I put a couple on Instagram, and then they are up in that Work Like a Mother group as well. So if you haven't checked that out, you should really do it. So shameless plug. Did you have anything to add, Stephanie?
No, I really don't.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to make sure that we're watching through, make sure that we got everybody, and make sure we answered all the questions. I'm just looking around. And do you guys work with a lot of schools in town, or are you like a separate entity?
We are a separate entity. We do like to partner with schools and provide resources for them too. So we do have some different ways that we work with schools. We do things like fundraisers. We can do after school clubs and things like that for the kids. with things like robotics or our coding classes. And so we are separate from the schools, but we do like to partner with the schools and with other businesses in the community as well.
Awesome. Well, and and you guys are all around West Michigan, right? So you are not just out of, like, I'm in Muskegon right now. You're all over.
Right. Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll get on to the fun part. I'm not seeing any more questions other than those right now. So if I missed it, make sure to holler at me. But we've got the assessment, which I was going to go back to. There we go. And that's the get a spring academic checkup assessment. Now, is that online or in your space? Oops, sorry. Is that, do they do that assessment online, or do they go into a tutoring center for that?
So for that, we can do it. We would set it up with one of our directors, and we can do that virtually. So it can be done.
Awesome. Okay.
Like week, or you can do it in center in person starting June 1st.
Okay, awesome. Okay. So we'll get right to it. The live winner today is Angela Swanson. So Angela Swanson, if you will private message me your email address and your address, I'll get that over to Stephanie. And for the replay, we're gonna stick with what works. We're gonna do just like this post and share it. But when you share it, please share it public, because if you share it privately to your page, I can't see that you shared it. So I can't put you in, and I want to put you in, okay? Because it's an awesome gift, and I'm like gonna shove my name in the wine glass this time. So make sure that you like this post, that you share it publicly. So all you got to do is when you share, make sure it doesn't say friends only or friends of friends. Make sure it says public so we can see it. And I'm going to do something extra too. Anybody who puts a post, whether it's a picture or anything like that, on Instagram or on Facebook, and hashtag Mom on a Mission, then that will get you in one too. Okay. So you just hashtag a Mom on a Mission, and I'll make sure that we get all of this information in there. Okay. And we'll make sure that if you guys need anything or have any questions, that we'll get them answered for you. So again, just thank you to everybody for continuing to empower and support moms. We're all just on the same mission, which is getting through this thing called motherhood. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the Thursday. Stephanie, thank you so much for all your great information. It's really been nice of you to come on here with me and to share your knowledge with these moms. And thanks for everybody watching and being a part of this. Okay. So yeah, enjoy your Thursday. Do you have anything to say left, Stephanie?
No.
All right. Well, then I think we'll end it. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Remember, be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. Remember, just because you're doing it all doesn't mean that you have to do it all alone. Okay. Thanks, guys. If you need anything, follow me at Wild Jessie Consulting or at my website, which is www.wildjessie.com. And you can find more information and find ways to connect with other mothers. And make sure to check out the group. Work like a mother. Okay. It's empowering and supporting moms just like you with answers and real questions and answers. So thanks so much, guys. Have a beautiful Thursday.